Welcome second year BSc student MTH 301 calculus of several variable video number 12. Unit number 1 function of 2 and 3 variable, and this is video of Cauchy theorem and Young's theorem. Dear friend, first subscribe my YouTube channel PV Patil. First is Cauchy theorem. Statement of this theorem: if fy exists in a certain neighborhood of a point AB of a domain of a definition of function f, and fyx is continuous at point AB, then f of xy AB and is equal to fyx AB. Means if fy exists in a neighborhood of AB in the domain of function f and fyx is continuous at AB, then f of xy AB is also continuous, and show that f of xy AB equal to fyx AB. To show that f of xy AB is equal to fyx AB. This is Cauchy theorem. Proof. For the proof of this theorem, we use mean value theorem in one variable. Mean value theorem in one variable. This theorem is in two variable. For the proof of this theorem, we use mean value theorem in one variable. Mean value theorem, function fx is defined on closed interval a plus h. Function fx is continuous in closed interval a plus h. Function fx is derivable in open interval a plus h. Then there exists a number 0 less than theta less than 1. There exists a number theta which is in between 0 and 1, such that f of a plus h minus f of a equal to h into f dash a plus theta h. This is mean value theorem in one variable. Use this theorem for the proof of this Cauchy theorem. To prove that f of xy AB equal to fyx AB, we require to prove f of xy AB equal to fyx AB. Given point AB is in domain of f of xy. Point AB is in the domain of f of xy. Let a plus h b plus k be a point of neighborhood of AB, means nearest point of AB is a plus h b plus k. Let fx, fy and fyx all the partial derivative exist in the neighborhood of AB, means partial derivative of f with respect to x, also fy and fyx, all these partial derivatives are exist, means we can find out all these partial derivatives in the neighborhood of AB. Now define f of hk is equal to f of a plus h b plus k minus f of a plus h b minus f of a b plus k plus f of ab. For the proof of this theorem, remember this one step. Remember this step: define function f of hk, f of a plus h b plus k minus f of a plus h b minus f of a b plus k plus f of ab. Now combine first two term in one bracket, next two term in other bracket, equal to in one bracket f of a plus h b plus k minus f of a plus h b. From the next two term, taking minus sign common, minus inside the bracket f of a b plus k minus f of a b. Now define one more function in terms of one variable. Let gx, this is in one variable because we know mean value theorem in one variable. Let gx equal to f of x b plus k minus f of ab. Right hand side is two term, this is in one term. Also right hand side in two variable, but left hand side is in one variable, means two term to one term and two variable to one variable. Then find out g dash x. This is in terms of x, so this is derivative with respect to x. So on right hand side, derivative with respect to x, so denoted as fx x b plus k minus fx xb. G dash x is fx x b plus k minus fx ab. By using this value, write down f of hk in terms of g. Write down f of hk by using this value in terms of g. Now this first term, compare this term with this two term. See, check here, y coordinate is b plus k and y coordinate is b. Only x coordinate, instead of x, here is a plus h. X coordinate is a plus h, and if x coordinate is x, then this denote as gx. Now here x coordinate is a plus h, so this bracket is denoted by g of a plus h. this bracket is g of a plus h, and similarly this bracket is g of a because x coordinate is a and y coordinate b plus k b, y coordinate b plus k b, and x coordinate if x then gx. Here x coordinate is a, so this bracket is ga, this bracket is g of a plus h, and this bracket g of a. So f of hk, this first bracket is g of a plus h, second bracket is g of a plus h minus g of a. Now use mean value theorem. Given function g is continuous on a plus h because f is continuous, so g function is continuous. Also function g derivable on a plus h because function f is derivable. We can find out derivative of function f. Function f is derivable, so function g is derivable on a plus h. So by mean value theorem, there exists a number theta in between 0 and 1. We know mean value theorem is f of a plus h minus f of a equal to h into f dash a plus theta h. If these conditions are satisfied, then mean value theorem is f of a plus h minus f of a equal to h into f dash a plus theta h. Here is g of a plus h minus g of a, g of a plus h minus g of a. So by mean value theorem is h into, instead of f here g dash a plus theta h. Therefore f of hk equal to h into g dash a plus theta h. Now we know g dash x is this one. G dash x equal to fx x b plus k, fx x b means variable is x, then x coordinate is x here. Here variable is a plus theta h, so x coordinate is a plus theta h means h into bracket fx, x coordinate is a plus theta h, y coordinate is b plus k minus of fx, x coordinate is a plus theta h and y coordinate is b. H into fx a plus theta h b plus k minus fx a plus theta h b. Again convert this term in terms of one variable. Here are two variable a plus theta h, y, two variable, write down in terms of one variable, and this is in terms of y variable hy. First we define in terms of x variable, now here define in terms of y variable, only two variable to one variable. Y coordinate y variable, fx hy means only y coordinate, a plus x coordinate is fixed a plus theta h y. Then find out derivative h dash y. Derivative of h with respect to y is h dash y. So derivative of this function with respect to y, so fyx. First derivative is fx, second derivative with respect to y, so fyx a plus theta h y. Now convert this term in terms of h, first term and second term. Both the term convert in terms of h, hy. Y is a y coordinate of function fx. Here x coordinate a plus theta h fixed, x coordinate is a plus theta h fixed. But here y coordinate is b plus k, y coordinate b plus k. So this first term is h of b plus k, hb plus k, and second term is hb plus k, second term is hb. Therefore f of hk equal to h inside the bracket h of b plus k and second term is hb. Again apply mean value theorem, same theorem. Since function hy is continuous on b plus k, function hy derivable on b plus k, function hy continuous, function hy derivable. Therefore all the condition of mean value theorem are satisfied, and therefore by mean value theorem f of a plus h minus f of a equal to h into f dash a plus theta h. Here h of b plus k instead of f function, here is h of b plus k minus hb. Instead of a, here is b, instead of h, here is k, equal to h, instead of h, here is k, means k into h dash, k into h dash b plus theta dash k. Instead of theta, write down new variable as theta dash k, means b into h dash b plus theta dash k, k into h dash b plus theta dash k. By mean value theorem there exists theta dash in between 0 and 1. Then k into h dash b plus theta dash k. means equal to hk into h dash b plus theta dash k. Now first write down f of hk in long form as f of hk is, we know f of hk is f of a plus h b plus k minus f of a plus h b minus f of a b plus k minus f of a b. F of hk is this one, equal to right hand side hk, right hand side hk. Now write down h dash. We know h dash y equal to f of x a plus theta h y. This variable y for only y coordinate. X coordinate is fixed. So h dash is f of x. X coordinate fixed a plus theta h, and y coordinate is y variable. Here variable is b plus theta dash k. So y coordinate is b plus theta dash k. Means this total term equal to hk into f of x a plus theta h b plus theta dash k. Now divide by hk. On both the side divide by hk. Therefore we get f of a plus h b plus k minus f of a plus h b upon hk, minus of second term is f of a b plus k minus f of a b divided by hk, and right hand side only is equal to f of x a plus theta h b plus theta dash k. Now write down 1 upon h outside the bracket. So 1 upon h inside the bracket. F of a plus h b plus k minus f of a plus h b upon k, minus second term is f of a b plus k minus f of a b upon k, and right hand side is equal to as it is f of x a plus theta h b plus theta dash k. Now taking limit as k tends to 0. Taking limit as k tends to 0. Taking limit of first term, second term and right hand side as k tends to 0. So 1 upon h limit as k tends to 0, f of a plus h b plus k minus f of a plus h b upon k, minus limit as k tends to 0, f of a b plus k minus f of a b upon k is equal to limit as k tends to 0, f of x a plus theta h b plus theta dash k. This is definition of partial derivative with respect to y, and this is also partial derivative with respect to y. Therefore 1 upon h, this is fy partial derivative with respect to y, fy a plus h b, fy a plus h b, because change in y coordinate only b plus k b, and second term b plus k b, so this is fy a b. First term is fy a plus hb, second term is fy ab. On right hand side taking limit as k tends to 0, so remains only b, fy a plus theta h b, fy a plus theta h b. Now write down h inside the bracket. Therefore we get fy a plus hb minus fy ab upon h is equal to fy x a plus theta h b. Taking limit as h tends to 0. Again taking limit as h tends to 0. Therefore we get limit as h tends to 0, fy a plus hb minus fy ab upon h is equal to limit as h tends to 0, fy x a plus theta h b. Now this is definition of partial derivative with respect to x, because change in x coordinate only a plus h a, y coordinate is fixed. So this is partial derivative with respect to x. So this is fxy ab. This is fxy ab is equal to, on right hand side taking limit as h tends to 0. So this term is 0. So remains only fy x ab. Fy x ab means f of xy ab equal to fy x ab. Hence the proof of this theorem, Cauchy theorem. Next is Young's theorem. If fx and fy are both differentiable at AB, fx and fy are differentiable function at point AB of the domain of definition of function f of xy, then prove that f of xy ab equal to fy x ab. Means prove same part, but given here fx and fy are differentiable at point AB, then prove that f of xy ab equal to fy x ab. Proof. Given fx and fy are differentiable at point AB, then fx ab and fy ab both exist in certain neighborhood of AB. Means we can find out fx and fy at point AB. Then all the second order partial derivatives f double x, f of xy, fyx and f double y exist. fx and fy exist, then we can find out all second partial derivative at point AB. Let a plus h, b plus h be any point in the neighborhood of point AB. A plus h instead of b plus k, here is b plus h also. A plus h and b plus h. A plus h, b plus h is any point in neighborhood of AB. Now define new function. Remember this function f of hh. For the proof of this theorem, define function f of hh equal to f of a plus h, b plus h minus f of a plus hb minus f of a, b plus h plus f of ab. Combine first two term in one bracket and next two term in other bracket. Equal to we get f of a plus h, b plus h minus f of a plus hb minus of, from the next two term taking minus sign common inside the bracket, f of a, b plus h minus f of ab. Now define one more function gx. Gx is equal to f of x, b plus h minus f of ab, means two term to one term and two variable to one variable. This function is in terms of only x variable. In terms of x variable, x coordinate as a x variable. So g dash x, therefore g dash x mean derivative of function g with respect to x is equal to fx xb plus h minus fx xb. Now write down both the bracket in terms of g. In first bracket, y variable b plus h b, b plus h b. In second bracket also y variable b plus h and b in this way. Now first x variable in first bracket is a plus h, x variable x, then this function is gx. So this function is g of a plus h. First bracket is g of a plus h and second bracket is g of a. First bracket g of a plus h, second bracket g of a, so that f of h is equal to g of a plus h minus g of a. Second bracket is g of a. Now function g satisfy all the condition of mean value theorem. Since fx exists in a neighborhood of ab, so function gx is derivable in a plus h. Function g is derivable in a plus h. Also function g is continuous in a plus h and function g is derivable in a plus h, means all the condition of Lagrange's mean value theorem are satisfied, and therefore by Lagrange's mean value theorem, f of hh equal to g of a plus h minus g of a. We know Lagrange's mean value theorem is g of a plus h minus g of a equal to h into g dash a plus theta h. This theta is in between 0 and 1. So right hand side is h into g dash a plus theta h. Theta is in between 0 and 1. Now we know g dash x equal to fx x b plus h minus fx xb. Y coordinate b plus h and b, and x coordinate is variable here x. Now here variable is a plus theta h, so x coordinate is a plus theta h, a plus theta h. So this is equal to h into bracket fx a plus theta h b plus h minus fx a plus theta h b in this is equal to, we get h inside the bracket fx a plus theta h b plus h. Now minus of fx ab minus fx a plus theta h b and plus fx ab, means add and subtract fx ab plus fx ab minus fx ab, add and subtract fx ab. Combine first two term in one bracket and next two term in other bracket. So h inside the brace, in first bracket fx a plus theta h b plus h minus fx ab minus of, in second bracket fx a plus theta h b minus fx ab. Denote this as equation number 2. Now we know definition of differentiable function. We know if function is differentiable at point AB, then by definition delta f equal to f of a plus h b plus k minus f of ab equal to h into fx ab plus k into fy ab plus h into phi hk plus k into psi hk, where phi and psi tends to 0 as hk tends to 0 0. Now in the statement of the theorem, given fx is differentiable at AB. Since fx is differentiable at AB, fx is differentiable, use definition of differentiable function. So in equation number 3, replace f by fx. h by theta h and k by h. Put this value here. Therefore we get replace f by fx. So fx a plus h by theta h, a plus theta h, b plus k by h, b plus h minus fx ab equal to h by theta h, f by fx. So f double x ab plus k by h into fyx ab, because replace f by fx. So fyx ab h by theta h, phi 1 h, k by h, so h into psi 1 h. Denote this as equation number 4. Now again in equation number 3, replace f by fx. Now again in equation number 3, here replace f by fx, h by theta h and k by 0. Means put the value of k is 0 now. So we get fx a plus theta h b, fx a plus theta h b minus fx ab equal to h by theta h f double x ab, k is 0, so this term is 0, plus theta h phi 2 h 0, phi 2 h 0. Denote this as equation number 5. This term is second bracket and this term is first bracket. Means put the value of first bracket is this value and second bracket is this value, where phi 1 psi 1 phi 2 psi 2, phi 1 psi 1 phi 2 and psi 2 tends to 0 as h tends to 0, where phi 1 h, psi 1 h, phi 2 h 0 tends to 0 as h tends to 0. Now consider equation number 2. First write down equation number 2. F of h equal to h into bracket fx a plus theta h b plus h minus fx ab minus of fx a plus theta h b minus fx ab. This is equation number 2. Now we know the value of this first bracket, fx a plus theta h b plus h minus fx ab. This first bracket equal to theta h f double x ab plus h into fy x ab plus theta h phi 1 h plus h into psi 1 h, and value of this second bracket fx a plus theta h b minus fx ab equal to theta h f double x ab plus theta h phi 2 h 0. Put this value here. Therefore we get f of h equal to h into bracket. Value of this first bracket is theta h f double x ab plus h into y x ab plus theta h phi 1 h plus h into psi 1 h minus of value of second bracket is this one, outside the bracket minus sign, so both the term are minus theta h f double x ab minus theta h phi 2 h 0. Then this term and this term cancel, plus and minus. Theta h f double x ab minus theta h f double x ab cancel this term. So we get h inside the bracket h into fyx ab plus theta h into phi 1 h plus h into psi 1 h minus theta h phi 2 h 0. Taking h common from this bracket, we get h square. H square inside the bracket fyx ab plus theta phi 1 h plus psi 1 h minus theta phi 2 h 0. Divide by h square, we get f of h upon h square equal to fyx ab plus theta into phi 1 h plus psi 1 h minus theta into phi 2 h 0. Now similarly also if we put hy equal to f of a plus hy minus f of ay, means in terms of y, we can show that f of h upon h square equal to fxy ab plus phi 3 h plus theta dash psi 2 h minus theta dash psi 3 h, where phi 3 and psi 2 psi 3 tends to 0 as h tends to 0. Now equating both the term, so f of h equal to fyx ab plus theta into phi 1 h plus psi 1 h minus theta into phi 2 h 0 is equal to fxy ab plus phi 3 h theta dash plus theta dash psi 2 h minus theta dash psi 3 h 0. Now taking limit of both sides as h tends to 0, limit as h tends to 0 f of h upon h square equal to limit h tends to 0 fy x ab plus theta into phi 1 hh plus psi 1 hh minus theta into phi 2 h0 is equal to limit as h tends to 0 fxy ab plus phi 3 hh plus theta dash psi 2 hh minus theta dash psi 3 h0. Now taking limit of this term, so limit of h tends to 0 f of hh upon h square is equal to fyxab. This is a constant term, so as it is fyxab. Now phi 1, psi 1, phi 2 tends to 0 as h tends to 0, so all the values are 0, 0 plus 0 minus 0 is equal to this term fxyab constant, so its limit is as it is fxyab, and phi 3 psi 2 psi 3 is equal to 0 as h tends to 0, so plus 0 minus 0. So we get fyxab equal to fxyab, fyxab equal to fxyab is required proof of this theorem, hence the proof is proof of this Young's theorem. Dear friend, click on like button and share to our friend. Thank you.